All righty, let's call the meeting to order. Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Karen Cooper, Nikki Bulls, Darlene Brannon.
Here.
Sierra Coker.
Here.
Felicia Garrett. Bill Cody.
Here.
Eddie Cook.
Here.
Melissa Brinstetter.
Present.
Kathy Williams.
Here.
Gary Peters.
Here. All right, first order of business is the reading of the minutes of our last meeting. There's actually two in there, but we went over them in the work session.
I make the motion that we accept those minutes.
Got a motion on the floor to accept. That's your second. Got a motion in the second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes have it. The director's report. We don't have to vote on that. The next one is a monetary item. Is consideration of the mowing bid. We've looked over those.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the lowest bid of $13.50 from Lee Brown.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor say aye.
Roll call monetary.
Let's do a monetary on that. I'm sorry. Let's do a monetary. Roll call on that. I'm sorry.
Karen Cooper, Nikki Bulls, sorry. Darlene Brannon.
Yes.
Sierra Coker.
Yes.
Bill Cody.
Yes.
Eddie Cook.
Yes.
Melissa Brinstetter.
Yes.
Kathy Williams.
Yes.
Gary Peters.
Yes. All right. It was in the consideration of the bookkeeper's salary. Is there any discussion on that?
Letter of reprimand, please.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, do we need to do anything on that on account of the mistake we had, or what's?
It's left up to the board. It'll stay as is unless there's a motion made to change it. Anything, anybody?
It's irrelevant to me. I mean,
Anybody got
that's
any-
what
if
She'll
not-
be called up
Right, she'll be called up.
ASAP.
So if I don't hear any more on that, we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay, the next is consideration of budget amendment fiscal year 21 Carl Perkins Basic.
So moved.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do we need to amend this motion?
We need to amend
Amend
them.
this amendment?
We didn't explain that that is a correct one. So during the break, I went and talked with Ms. Karen, and we, actually in a previous meeting, we had did the reallocation. So this was actual extra money in a PD moving to supplies and materials. So it is a debit and credit.
Yes, debit and credit, so we don't have to amend it. So I got a motion on the floor in a second. Who seconded it?
I'll second it.
Ms. Branstetter seconded it. We need to vote on that, please. Roll call.
Darlene Brannon.
Yes.
Sierra Coker.
Yes.
Bill Cody.
Yes.
Eddie Cook.
Yes.
Melissa Brinstetter.
Yes.
Kathy Williams.
Yes.
Gary Peters.
Yes. The next item on the agenda is consideration of the GP budget amendment to cover one-time bonuses.
I'll make a motion that we accept this amendment.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion on the floor and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Darlene Brannon.
Yes.
Sierra Coker.
Yes.
Bill Cody.
Yes.
Eddie Cook.
Yes.
Melissa Brinstetter.
Yes.
Kathy Williams.
Yes.
Gary Peters.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is consideration of a GP budget amendment to transfer funds.
I'll make a motion that we accept.
Got a motion on the floor to accept. Got a second. Mr. Cody?
Darlene Brannon.
Yes, please.
Sierra Coker.
Yes.
Bill Cody.
Yes.
Eddie Cook.
Yes.
Melissa Brinstetter.
Yes.
Kathy Williams.
Yes.
Gary Peters.
Yes. The next item on the agenda is consideration of out-of-state trip for CTE training.
Make that motion.
Got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? Got a second. Ms. Kathy Williams. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. Ayes have it. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is policy goals and changes.
Four.
4. 3, 4. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, 4. So we'll vote on all those as a consent agenda, if that's okay with everybody. Do I hear a motion to accept those? Got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? A second from Mr. Cody. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. Consideration of revision of bids and quantities policy number 2-806.
That was in there.
Is that in there?
That was
You
in
said
there.
4, that's 5. That
Because
was
these
5.
two- these
Oh, it's
two go
5.
together.
Yeah, okay, these two go together. All right, now, you'll have to keep me a check on me. Under other business,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we direct our attorney to talk to Tennessee Risk Management about taking over our lawsuit that's before the board at this time.
so how do we need to word that, Mr. Attorney?
So we should word that just using the case number, I think. So I'm going to give you the case number. Make sure that we get the correct one.
Ms. Christie will need that.
Yeah.
You can just give it to her.
There's two different ones.
It needs to be stated in the minutes so it can be correct, sir.
It'd be Fentress County case number 19-59. Should say Fentress County Chancery case number
19 what?
19-59.
Okay. That's to be included in my motion. That we allow Tennessee Risk Management to take this case number and see if we might get this controlled to it.
Can I reread the motion?
Yes,
Make sure
ma'am.
to- Eddie Cook made a motion to direct our local attorney to talk with Tennessee Risk Management about taking over our lawsuit. That is Fentress County Chancellory Court case number 1959.
That should work.
All right, I've got a motion on the floor. Now you're second. Got a second on the floor, Mr. Bill Cody. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. I think, Ms. Sherry, you was going to bring up about the mowing bids again.
No, we have to accept the HVAC bid.
Oh, HVAC bids first, okay.
I didn't put that on there, Miss Sherry, because he told me since we've done that, it wasn't an oversight.
But it was in the
I'd ask you-
minutes, but she felt like since we did the one before on the,
Fiber was
Fiber.
done both ways, so I
Yeah,
assumed all was
I'd
done
asked him
one.
before.
I told her that's
originally had
fine,
it
we
on
just
there.
vote on it, go
I
ahead.
feel like it's
We-
more open if everyone's aware.
Kind of
Okay.
like already signed contracts on that too, though.
Go ahead and make your,
After this, we have a gentleman that stands that would like to address the board. Okay? I make the motion that we accept the bid, number 1 on HVAC.
Second.
got a motion on the floor and a second.
Make a roll call.
Roll call vote, please. Monitor it.
Darlene Brennan,
Yes, please.
Sierra Coker,
Yes.
Bill Cody,
Yes.
Eddie Cook,
Yes.
Melissa Branstetter.
Yeah.
Kathy Williams,
Yes.
Gary Peters.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any other business before I let a gentleman speak? Go right ahead.
Resolution to move those funds. Do we need to read that and pass that to the board as well? It's got to be signed off by the board chairman. Do you already have it? I didn't see it on the agenda.
It's an amendment.
There's a resolution. Jeannie thought this
It
was
wasn't
passed
actually
by the board as well.
or something,
69.
and Gary went
The
down.
This is the one the commission passed. It's got to be signed off by the board chairman, and it has a chance to show approved.
Mr. Jones,
What?
this, the transfer of that $850,000 from the fund balance, there's a resolution that goes with that. We need to read and acknowledge that resolution. Has to be signed by the board chair.
It shows approved by,
It has to do that, but the board has acted on the motion to move the funds.
but a resolution approves by a separate vote.
Go ahead and read that resolution and let's get
It's
it right.
basically moving the funds, but the resolution will have to be
It's on-
approved as resolution in minutes with sign off by, it shows Chairman of the Board of Education, and Secretary of the Board of Education. I don't know, I guess,
Can you read that?
yeah. Resolution to transfer funds from general purpose school funds to federal project funds for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. Whereas federal projects grants operate a reimbursement basis, and funds are requested from the state of Tennessee by Fentress County Board of Education for non-payroll expenditures on a monthly basis. And whereas the Federal Projects Fund operates with a cash deficit at various times throughout the fiscal year due to a slow turnaround time for reimbursements from the state of Tennessee. And whereas government auditing standards consider a cash deficit in any fund to be a significant deficiency in internal control. And whereas Fentress County Board of Education does not desire to operate any fund with a cash deficit. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education of Fentress County School District, a school district in Tennessee, meeting in called session, this says on this 8th day of April, that's whenever the commission passed it, 8th day of April 2021, that Section 1, the General Purpose School Fund, shall transfer $850,000 to the Federal Projects Fund on April 13th, 2021. Section 2, the $850,000 transfer shall remain in the Federal Projects Fund as a committed fund balance from the General Purpose School Fund and may be repaid at any time as noted in a resolution passed by the Board of Education and County Commission. Section 3, this resolution will take effect on April 12, 2021. The Secretary of the Board of Education shall include this resolution in the minutes of the Fentress County School District. The county clerk shall include this resolution in the minutes of Fentress County. Adopted this 12th day of April 2021.
So you need that in the form of a motion?
Well,
Yes.
And let's vote on it.
Yes.
a motion to pass that resolution.
Yes.
You already
Yes.
did that.
I know it, but it has to be voted separately.
You have to have it passing the resolution
We
in
have
the
to
minutes.
pass
Yeah,
it.
you
I
have to have
make
it.
the motion that we pass that resolution.
Got a motion on the floor, do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion on the floor and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed likewise, ayes have it. All right, sir.
Good evening, guys. My name is Kevin Sherman. My youngest daughter, elementary.
Kevin, do you care to speak up for me, please? We're a little further.
My name is Kevin Sherman. My youngest daughter goes to York Elementary, which is the first district. Now, from what I understand, the first district has two representatives, one of which has family home issue. Certainly hope that resolved as well. The other one is Nikki Boyles. Where is Nikki Boyles? And after that, I have a follow-up question.
I don't have any idea, sir.
My follow-up question is, when's the last meeting she attended?
3 months ago. She was at a virtual meeting,
Yeah, she was at a virtual, I could probably call her.
and then she called in on the
And
phone.
after that, I have a follow-up question.
She was at the virtual meeting on February the 8th.
Before that,
Go to board minutes, so bear with me. That's why I carry a packet. Everybody makes fun of my bag. This is why I have a bag. I'm not even the secretary. Here we go. Not in January.
So the next one would be November.
She was present in the November meeting. We did not have a December meeting.
follow-up question is, there not a identification of responsibilities for members and policies?
I do not
I
have
think
Tennessee
there's
Code
a
annotated
policy
statute, but
as far as duties and responsibilities. I don't think there's a policy on how many times you meet. There's a policy, Kevin, on how many meetings that a board member can attend virtually, either by phone or, I think that's limited to 2 a year. Of course, this year's been a little bit different, but I'm not aware of any.
As elected official, I mean, being an elected official, I'm not aware of the limits.
Are there any consequences to board members that do not show up to represent the district?
Not if you elected them and they go through their training that they're supposed to after they're elected, then I don't know of any. Do you, Gary?
For the next election.
No, they're required to take, go ahead.
Well, there's a statute on the duties for board members. I'm trying to pull it up right now so I can read you exactly what it says, but I don't know exactly how many meetings she's required to attend or not required to attend. There's
I can
also a
just quote
statutory
you.
procedure to address it.
Our board policy, I can't quote you statute.
Ben Torres could tell us, but I've not heard of any,
He'll
I've never
look
run
at-
into this before.
He'll find out here just in a moment what information he can on that for us.
Well, it's ironic that we're sitting here in silence, knowing grass is out of Kemper who doesn't show up to meetings. Someone who I actually voted for in the state, not being represented by this representative. I want to know what needs to be done for her to show up. She's not doing her job. There's got to be consequence. You don't show up for your job, consequence. Because she's getting paid, you know?
She is.
She's getting paid, I believe, by tax dollars.
It is. It is.
So I want to know the consequences.
That'd probably be a Joey Williams question, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Most of the time, it's every 4 years. There's consequences you pay if you run again, you know? If you
Or
don't-
two.
Or two. It's 4 years, yeah.
Unfortunately, most of the time, elected officials, that is the consequence of an election.
Yeah, it is.
That's where you get your consequences.
It is, unfortunately.
I said, that's where you get your consequences, not getting reelected.
I will say the last time I talked to Nikki a few days, last week, she usually works Monday nights, not that this is an excuse, and she has asked her employer, which they knew before they hired her, that she was on the school board. She had alerted them, hey, I need time off. She works at the nursing home in Jamestown, and she was supposed to have got this off, but I guess they didn't let her or made her stay late. I don't know. Other
Well,
than that.
and this is a off week too, because we would have met last Monday rather than this Monday.
But she can attend 2 meetings per year if it's an in-face meeting virtually.
Only if she has someone ill or works out of town. It doesn't qualify if they work within the county limits.
I wouldn't be a stickler on that.
Well,
According
anything,
to law.
Mr. Attorney,
Can't get connected to the, I had the code pulled up, but the internet's not.
internet's
not
down.
connected.
No, not in this.
I apologize, we couldn't find out.
I tell you what we can do. I'll give you my contact information after the meeting, and I will answer that question for you.
Perhaps we should also think about having something added to the policy for board members to be active and involved. Opposed to sitting Joe not having anything done. So perhaps we could look at that sometime in the future and add that to the policy.
TSBA would be the one that would probably lead the ring on that, because we can't go up, or they don't go. I mean,
No, we can't. No.
Most of that stuff's governed by state law.
That's what I'm
anyway,
saying,
so
I'm trying to get out.
it's a situation where if there isn't an adequate remedy there, you contact the state representative, your state senator, those people, in order to have the law changed.
Yeah. We can't discipline ourselves, really, as elected officials. Anything else? Appreciate your comments. Anything else?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn, do I hear a second? Second, all in favor say aye.
Ah.
Good
Next
night.
meeting